Jim Stevenson, Brad Anderson, the Inside Foods crew with you once again for the final match of the weekend. There you see Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland. They won the winner's bracket. There you see Dave Gummeson and Craig G. Perrie. They're coming from the loser side as we get the open doubles final here at the 2007 Minnesota States underway.
Seems like it's been a while since we've seen Brandon Moreland. Tony Spredeman, of course, just got done playing singles final, but Brandon's been hanging around. He's been watching. I'm sure he's ready to play. The kids against the old guys right here.
Should be interesting. Of course, they don't get much older than Gregg, Perrie, and Dave Gummeson. Nice pass by Perrie. He's able to get it onto the 3-row of his partner, Dave Gummeson, who has a chance to get on the scoreboard first. Now, this should be interesting. Of course, Gummeson and Perrie coming from the loser side, and Gummeson continuing to shoot very well, as he's been doing all day long. Gives his team a 1-0 lead here in Game 1 of the Open Doubles Final. But coming from that loser side, Brad, you always want to get off to a good start. Gummeson and Perrie, so far so good. They're up 1-0.
Dave Gummeson, again, we've seen him just play recently, and he's playing very, very well, passing the ball well, but shooting extremely well.
Now 1-1 as Spredeman was able to answer. Tony steals it away, quickly tried to advance it, and Perrie with a rebound. Gregg will set it up on the near side, I believe, in push position. Try to pass it or try to shoot it. Tries to pass here. It's blocked by the 5 of Spredeman. Tony now, chance to give his team the lead. Trying to come to the near side, blocked by Perrie. Comes back to him. Once again, Tony Spredeman.
And I'm guessing that Gregg Perrie is going to have some great facial expressions during this match.
All right, we'll try to capture those for you if we can. Again, Spredeman. Walks it around. Try to go to the far side, up into the air and off the table. There you see Gregg, frustrated about that because he was doing a very good job defensively there. It's 2-1.
But again,
Beautiful pass through the lane.
Gregg is an actor, so he likes to emote.
He does emote quite often. And he's going to emote after this one.
Yes, he did.
It's 3-1. Back comes Gummeson. Dave looking to pull back within 1 from pull shot position. And he does, stroking home that pull shot. It's 3-2. Tony into the tic-tac. Trying to go through the lane, knocked down by the 5-row of Gummeson. Rolls back to Moreland. Brandon, pass attempt to the near side. Brandon can be a super shooting goalie at times, but playing with Tony Spredeman, we talked about this earlier in the event, really doesn't have to, really doesn't need to be. It's nice to get one every once in a while, but really he just wants to feed Tony the ball and do all the things necessary to support his partner. Moreland, possession of the ball on his 2-row, will put the ball back into play. Brandon Moreland fires that one down the middle, blocked away. Gummeson can't grab it. It squirts all the way back down the table. Now in possession of Hollywood, California's Gregg Perrie. Perrie shot down the middle, retrieved eventually by the 5-row of Tony Spredeman. Tony tried to brush it up. Blocked and taken away by Gummeson. How many times have we seen that?
Not very often.
Opposite wall brush pass. Wouldn't be a bad addition to his repertoire, but you just don't see it very often, is he?
Well,
you do see that one, though, that
Tony
beautiful bounce pass.
Tony used to use a brush pass a fair amount. I mean, when he was first coming up, really breaking on the scene.
Then he found that amazing tic-tac series.
It was it really was kind of a mix.
Looking to make it 4-2.
Yeah, using both, kind of the brush pass, probably 50% of the time, I would say. In fact, I do have a video at home of the, I think it was 2000, maybe 17 under finals from Worlds with Tony in there, with Ryan Moore, who was about 4 feet tall at the time.
Ryan Moore?
Yes.
Okay. And Spredeman down the middle. It's 4-2. I've got one from him, 1997. Tony Spredeman playing Billy Pappas. about that?
Really, that'd be great.
17 and under from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Gummeson able to fire it home. It's now 4-3.
That's right. I remember that event.
Do you?
Yes, I was there.
You were there?
I was there. I don't think we'd even met at that time.
We had not. No, we had not. And Spredeman fires it home. Game number 1 goes to Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland. It's 1-0. Here we go. Game number 2 underway. Gummeson through the lane. He brings it across, setting it up in pull shot position. And finds that straight hole. That's how we open things up in game number 1. Of course, you know what happened after that.
When you're talking about Brandon Moreland, what he needs to do back then, you're right. I mean, just being able to feed Tony, because Tony's playing so well right now.
And of course, do the other basics. Keep the slop out, keep the ball in your area, clear the zone, the basic things. But you don't have to be that big, overpowering player. And of course, these two, as we've talked about earlier, are playing together at the World Championships this year. So they're preparing for that. They're finding their way as a team. And so far, so good.
Yeah, well, like I said before, when your forward is playing really well, you just have to worry about not making mistakes.
And Spredeman fires that one home. Moreland to forward, Spredeman to goal, and Brandon calling the shot there. Interesting. Tony, though, a great teammate, really realizes the importance of chemistry on a team. Pass off the man, and Brandon able to reel it in on his 3-roll. Should call a timeout here and bring Tony back to the forward position. Brandon's certainly a very good shooter, but when you've got Tony Spredeman on your team, why not use him up there? But it looks like Brandon might shoot it. No, he won't. He will call the timeout.
No.
First, I got 2. Ready?
Possession of the ball on the 3-row of Tony Spredeman. Spredeman looking for a 2-1 lead. Fires it to that near side. Perrie with a block, able to hold it in his area.
And of course, Brandon Moreland and Tony Spredeman, very good friends.
I believe Tony said he was going to be coming up here before the World Championships to hang out with Brandon Moreland and Deb Flipson and work a little bit together on their games before the World Championships.
Oh, I thought when you said come up here, he was going to come up in the booth.
Well, he wants to.
We knew that. Wannabes.
But, you know, there is really only one Brad Anderson.
That's true. And frankly, it's not a big booth this weekend, so I don't know if
that's the other reason. Yeah. Still 1-1.
That was probably the most aggressive shot by Gregg Perrie I think I've seen the entire weekend.
Starting to feel it. Starting to feel confident. Spredeman setting it up in front pin position. Walk it around and stroke it over the near side. Perrie again looks to the heavens, shaking his head.
So it'd be one of those goalies that would, you know, all of a sudden be a convert to the idea of shooting.
Brandon Moreland to forward.
A somewhat recent innovation in the game, the actual shooting of the goalie. Not shooting the goalie,
And
shooting by the goalie.
Rattles into the goal. It's 3-1.
I played with some goalies that like to shoot.
You took one from up there. Those 2 were bad. Me and Tony took them out.
All right, here we go. Dave Gummeson possession on the 5. Along the wall, can't hold on to it. Spredeman still in that goalie position, grabs the rebound. It's 3-1 here in the game. Second game in favor of Spredeman and Moreland. They won the first game.
I guess I'm a bit curious as to why the reasoning behind why they would switch. I mean, Tony was generally looked like both players performing, well enough in their positions.
Here's Perrie now. And has it stolen away by Moreland. Brandon rattles that one into the goal. It's 4-1. 1-0 lead, 4-1 lead here in game 2. Back comes Gummeson.
And right now we've seen Dave Gummeson struggle with that wall pass.
And Dave strokes that one home. It's 4-2.
If I'm on the other side of the table from him, I'm going to keep my man in that lane. I'm going to make him go wall.
Yep. Spredeman now with a chance to close out the game as he sets it up in snake shot position. Shooting against Dave Gummeson. Taken away by Dave. Dave's shot attempt doesn't execute it. Comes back to Gummeson. So Spredeman and Moreland in control here in this open doubles final. Perrie playing that forward position. Now will try to bring his team back within one as he sets it up in front pin position, trying to quickly go to that far side. Well, he didn't value that possession very well, something that he's very well known for.
But there's one thing you absolutely cannot dispute is the great 5-bar that Gregg Perrie possesses.
And Spredeman can't hold on to it.
You talk about contrast in styles.
Yeah, both of them like to use that opposite style,
That's as far as any similarity goes.
Beautiful stab forward by Spredeman. He's got a chance to put away the game. Take a 2-0 lead here in the open doubles final, and he does. Game number 2 goes to Spredeman and Moreland. They lead 2-0.
2-0, Tony. No, I got one. Great. Yep.
Here we go. Game 3 underway. Dave Gummeson with the first scoring opportunity here of this third game, and they're down 2-0. Spredeman starting in the goalie position, so Moreland's going to stay up there, and apparently he's going to shoot this one. Brandon will bring it across, setting it up in pull shot position. Shot attempt blocked by Perrie. Comes back to Moreland. And Brandon fires it home. Well, Brandon Moreland steps to forward, gets his team on the board.
Yeah, it may simply be with Brandon in the forward position. With the switching with Brandon Moreland and Tony Spredeman, it may simply be a matchup situation, a bad matchup for Gregg Perrie and for Brandon Moreland.
There's Moreland again. Snake shot position. That one rattles off the corner. Pass grabbed on the 3-row by Dave Gummeson. Dave fires that one home, and Gummeson, who has had a great long pull shot all day long, showed it to you again. Perrie to forward, Gummeson to goal, Spredeman back to forward, Moreland to goal. 1-1 here in the third. Tony shooting against Dave Gummeson. Try to go to that far side, nice block and takeaway by Gummeson.
And just dared him to shoot that middle, wouldn't take it though.
Pass attempt along that far wall ends up in possession of Brandon Moreland. Gummeson and Perrie must win this game to stay alive. Full kick effort wide of the goal. Rebound caroms to Spredeman on the 5. Tony with the tic-tac. And there's that little push pass he loves to use that the defender just cannot be looking for. Tony walks it around and fires it home to that far side. It's 2-1. Moreland to forward, Spredeman to goal, Gummeson back to forward, Gregg G. Perrie to goal. Gummeson from pull shot position looking to tie it up at 2. Shooting against Tony Spredeman. Here's Tony to make the block. A rebound caroms forward. Grabbed by Moreland on the 5, and he'll step away and call timeout.
Now that was a good move in that situation because Dave and Brandon have had some practice sessions recently, and there's definitely familiarity with 5-bar. Not so much with Gregg Perrie.
Yep. Ready?
Yeah. Spredeman back to forward, puts the ball into play. Tony through the lane. Chance to make it 3-1 right here. Spredeman shooting against Perrie, flips it over, trying to go down the middle, blocked by Gregg, comes back to Tony Spredeman. Tony fires it home. Tony Spredeman, who has just been awesome all weekend long, and that continues. He's up 3-1 along with Brandon Moreland. Here in the 3rd game of the Open Doubles Final. He's got a chance to triple here at the Minnesota State Championships, and I'm wondering if Tony Spredeman has ever tripled. And Dave Gummeson strokes that one home to the long hole. Suddenly it's 3-2.
It wouldn't surprise me if he has.
No, it wouldn't. But I'm trying to recall. And
Well, you're talking about an open triple.
Spredeman strokes it home to the near side. It's match point for Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland.
Ready? Yeah.
And it still amazes me, again, I mentioned it earlier, but the way Tony Spredeman can hammer that lane pass and make it stop right on the man.
It's really something.
You go down there and check that guy for some of that Fred Biletnikoff stick-em.
And Gummeson can hit it pretty good, too, through that lane at times, certainly, but Tony Spredeman just hammers that ball through there. Match point, it's championship point, and Tony Spredeman with a chance to put it away here, but quick shot taken right back.
That was a merciful quick shot right
Perrie
there.
will call timeout.
Head was up one each. Sorry. They're better than us. Ready?
Come on! No, they're not. Let's go.
Yeah. Timing.
Yeah.
Dave Gummeson fires that one down the middle on goal. Dave in that goalie position. Moreland playing the goalie position, made the block, grabs the rebound. Championship point for Spredeman and Moreland.
And that was a good play by Brandon right there. Just get the ball down the end to your partner.
Perrie able to grab it on the 5, quickly advance it to its 3. Gregg will set it up in front pin position. And there's Moreland with a block. Moreland quickly clearing the zone. And Tony Spredeman now with a chance to put it away.
Cover your ears.
Tony flips it over. Walks it out to the far side. And will call timeout.
Second.
I'm not giving up. I'm just being real. No. Shit. God.
Let's go. Ready? That's our second. Yep.
Time.
Spredeman looking to put it away, looking to win his 3rd title of the weekend from snake shot position, shooting against Dave Gummeson. Tony fires it down the middle. In 3 straight games, Tony Spredeman and Brandon Moreland have defeated Gregg, Perrie, and Dave Gummeson to win the 2007 Minnesota State Open Doubles Final. And that's going to wrap it up from the Minnesota State's Brad Anderson. It's been great working with you once again. We've had a great time here in Minnesota this weekend at the Minnesota States. Saw some great performances, and thanks for having me.
Oh, it's been a blast, Jimmy. It always is, but especially, like I say, having you kind of coming into my neck of the woods here. Again, we have a blast up here, and we enjoy bringing all this stuff to the players out there and the viewers. So, again, thanks for you coming in and helping out. I get to go home and do some editing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So for Brad Anderson, I'm Jim Stevens, and of course, as usual,
We'll see you, Fusin.